What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am at Overland Expo Pacific Northwest, and there's something I think you guys are going to want to see because I've never seen it before. Introduce yourself to the world and tell me what you got.
Hi, I'm Mike Leslie, and I'm from Blue Oasis, and this is our Blue Mobile unit. We have a whole family of products. We basically make water out of the air, we make power from sunlight, and we have a big battery to store it with. So the mobile product here we have 6,000 watts of 120 or 240 volt power. We have a little box here, a little thing connected. And that lets us power an atmospheric water generator. So we just take water out of the air. If you've got some kind of humidity, we'll keep making water from that. We make about 10 gallons of water per day. We have a 40-gallon storage tank. And the idea is you just get as deep as you can go in the middle of nowhere, just park it, just turn it on and start making water. We've got about 150 cubic foot of space inside for stuff. It's actually 3/16 aluminum enclosure, so it's pretty stout. We can handle well over 1,000, 1,200 pounds of load. And it's on what we'll call fairly soft tires. If you're going over rocks and stuff, you need tires that are designed for that. There is also a queen size bunk up there too when you're tired of doing whatever it is.
For the average Joe, there's a place to sleep.
Yeah. Those you can see there's some shelves actually come out, and then there's mattresses up there.
How tall is that, by the way? Roughly.
Inside, it's roughly.
Can I go in there too?
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
Okay.
I guess this is probably.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, I'm 5'8". This is this much higher than me.
Yeah, so that's not too shabby.
Yeah, so tall enough to stand here, do whatever you do. This roof does come down, so when you need to relocate, you actually, it's on some screw jacks here, and it powers down, it goes flat.
Oh, it's electric powered?
Yeah, it's electric powered, so it goes flat, and then the solar panels that you'll see in a minute, they actually push in and you're out. So there isn't a complex, you don't take stuff apart, do this, that, and the other. Just press a couple buttons, push some things in, and you're out.
Nice.
And then our water tank, and our batteries, and our water generator, and all that stuff is actually below the floor.
So how many gallons is this right here?
So this is a 40-gallon tank.
Wow.
We could fit an 80-gallon tank in this physical space that's in here. It just depends on, it's a question of how much you store versus how much you use. We make 10 gallons a day. So storing 40, typically, you would do a 5-6 day trip. With, we're figuring like a caravan of 5 or 6 groups, rather than everybody packing all their stuff. You can have a lot of people staying a lot lighter.
Yeah.
And then, you just have one vehicle, a couple thousand pounds, and if you look underneath, it's certainly very high center. This chassis provides a lot of ground clearance, very low overhangs. So,
is this made off of like a military cargo trailer?
Yeah, this is an M1101, if I got that right. It's their sort of medium duty. We'll just call it. If you look at the taillights,
you can tell.
If the door was closed, it would look like a Hummer.
Yeah, those are for running at night. Yeah. I used to drive a Hummer.
Oh, there you go. See,
cool.
We even have the same round windows.
Oh, yeah.
The ambulance version had the same back. But,
nice.
Yeah, and then here, over on this side, we've got, you can start to see
that's a lot of solar panels.
There's actually a third nesting of these we could put out that would give you 2,200 watts of solar, which is a lot. 1,500 pretty much powers everything all day long and then some. And this just pushes in. So if I just start pushing.
It's manual? Oh, okay.
There's actually a rope on the inside.
You just pull it? Okay. Wow. That is crazy.
Here's the other side of the water maker.
So talk about this, get into some detail, because I don't know anything about this.
Atmospheric water generator, what 10 years ago you would have called a dehumidifier.
Dehumidifier.
But the grow house community has really sort of upped the bar on what these are. Because if you have a grow house, it's sunny and it's typically dry, but they pay a lot of money for water. They realize that the plants, most of the water doesn't go into the plant; it goes into the atmosphere again. So they know if it's in a building, they just dehumidify the air, put it right back in the plant. They're getting 92% of their water returned back into the plants.
Wow.
So significantly reducing their water consumption.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already been, since it's all condensed out,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have bacterial problems, you don't have a bunch of stuff. We also do include, we do have 5-stage filtration after this. That's mostly for if contaminants ever got in the tank or anything like that. But we do, you know, everything from coarse to a fine grade filter, as well as a final stage UV. So,
wow. Is this literally, I'm looking at the intake? Is that
this is actually the intake. The exhaust kind of goes out the sides, and
so it just takes the air from right here and then
right
just
here,
takes
and
the
then
water
when you
out
want
of
to
it.
leave, you just, this side we actually have inputs for more solar, and for a generator, a 240 volt generator, and then this particular thing happens to be for an auto start if you want it. You know, if the battery gets low and your generator's attached, it'll just automatically start up. Wait till the battery gets to a specified level, and then it'll just shut off. So kind of a set it and forget it. You know, one of the things that we learned from people who are at, have to spend a lot of time at camps, is that the generator drone just gets to be very stressful.
Oh, I can imagine.
And so just being able to quiet it down at night and still have power, and people can kind of relax and calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you get enough people together in a situation that's not so friendly, they get a little stressed.
Yeah.
So it just helps calms things down just to make it quiet.
Nice.
So this particular one happens to be pintle attached, but you can kind of pick your flavor on the attachment.
Yeah.
We'll come over to the other side for a second.
How much does this whole package weigh, by the way?
This empty trailer is just under 2,000 pounds.
Oh, okay. It's not
So
as
it's
heavy.
it's all aluminum. So everything's aluminum except for the electrical stuff.
Yeah.
And then
You can load it up to how much?
on these tires, this will take about 3,700 pounds.
Of cargo.
3,700 pounds total.
Oh,
so that's
total.
about 1,700
I
pounds.
gotcha.
You actually, all you have to do is change out the tires to something with a little higher load rating. These
Gotcha.
are super soft, mostly for more off-roady use.
Yeah,
If you need something with a little higher load rating, you just change it.
Yeah.
You know, part of it is this is the configuration that we got.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And then we do have a control panel over here, lets you turn on and off everything. So we have, you know, like your communications array. So if you're using, I mean, here we happen to have a Starlink running, but we've had a lot of people that have like large VHF arrays. So if they're doing a VHF or an HF or whatever that is, then we support that, so long as it's 12, 24, 48 volt or 120. Actually, they could do 240, although no one's ever asked for 240 pounds. And then, of course, the water maker, UV, all that filtering is automatic. And then a set of actually just outlets in this case, where we just have some outlets and a little work table. And this is all for the solar panels, for lightning protection and things like that. And we have a web-based interface that lets you kind of control things, turn it on and off, things like that. And it comes with its own Wi-Fi hotspot.
Oh, wow.
So that even if you never had internet again, you don't need it to do all the remote control operations, at least locally. You can get out of Wi-Fi range. Maybe you shouldn't be turning it on.
Yeah. Good
So
point.
yeah, that's pretty much it. It's we actually have it's based on, we have a home-based unit that's about the size of a refrigerator, and this just takes all of those components and kind of rearranges them.
So it does pretty much all the same things, but just smaller?
Exact same things. Like if you look at this panel and you look at that
Oh, is that it
panel,
right there?
you will see it. It's this one's painted white. That one's gray. That would be the difference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just, you know, we have all the same parts. We just kind of rearrange them depending on what people's specific needs are.
Nice. So obviously this is more for like a company or a corporation. Then you have the smaller ones for personal
It'd be
use.
more like if you talk to either emergency management, disaster management, people who have to service usually a small to mid-sized group that's in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Yeah.
That's really where their interests are. You know, if you have a camp of 150 people, this isn't going to do it. It's too small. But if you have even a fire camp of 6, this is, and it gets it out there, and it gets it out there in a way where you don't have to continually resupply it with water and fuel. Because just moving fuel around is one of the biggest problems.
Yeah.
I have a friend who does, he runs a rally down the Baja Peninsula, an auto rally, and they have, every 50 miles, they have pits and stops. But in between that, they have comm relays. And their most expensive thing in the relay, or in the rally, is just keeping the comm relays fed with fuel.
Wow.
We're actually looking at this year at deploying a couple of these out.
Yeah.
Just literally park it, it's the comm relay, it feeds itself, it needs nothing. Because they're bringing 45 gallons of fuel a day up to each comm relay.
Wow.
And all they're getting out of it is the ability to essentially relay VHF.
Yeah.
45 gallons a day.
That's crazy.
Pretty. And, you know, obviously, normal times, you can get diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel can be really valuable. Right now, it's just expensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Cool.
but it's been a fun project.
How much is this trailer here worth? Like, how much does it cost if an organization wanted to buy it?
So we're looking at, you know, we're still figuring out how people want it. Something configured like this with a 150 kilowatt battery is about $80,000.
80,000.
So, you know, it's not inexpensive.
Yeah. Again, it's for emergency management kind of guys.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's for a group of people that need to go somewhere.
Yeah. And then let's talk about the personal use of the home base one,
Yeah.
the smaller one. How much would that one sell?
The smaller ones, and I believe the smaller ones are in the $30,000, $28,000 to $30,000 range.
Okay.
You know, believe it or not, trailer and the box are expensive.
I can imagine. Yeah. Very cool.
That almost the entire price difference is just the enclosure stuff.
Yeah.
We looked at using like smaller, you know, over the road trailers, but the reality is, why? You know, it doesn't really fulfill a need out there.
Yeah.
Because if you need to locate like something like this down a forest road that's on fire, the over-the-road trailer isn't going to get the job done.
Gotcha. Very cool, man. That is impressive tech that I have never seen at Overland Expo before. Cool. Let's end this with some contact information if they want to get more information.
Sure. Get more information, go to blueoasis.com. It's BLUOASIS.com.
There you go.
All
All right, guys, check it out. If you guys are interested in power and water, these are the guys to go check out. Blue Oasis. That's pretty cool.